okay?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I did this before.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all right, it's all
Well, glad you're here.
right.
Glad
Glad,
you're here.
glad to be here. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hi, welcome.
She'll be there.
Are you visiting us?
Yes, I'm studying.
And you are a pianist,
I am.
and you
I mean, I
play,
better be if I sit here.
you play other synagogues too?
Yeah, I do like.
You're from New York?
Yeah, yeah, but I'm from Park Slope. So it's just,
You're from Park Slope?
yeah, yeah, so it's pretty fun.
I knew a rabbi over there. Actually, his name is Joe Potasnik. He's the head of
Shabbat
the,
Shalom. Our service begins with Shalom Aleichem on page 142, using the page numbers in the brackets. Shabbat Shalom. Glad for everyone to be here together at the Reformed Temple of Forest Hills for this Shabbat evening, here in our sanctuary and joining us on our live stream. I'm Rabbi Mark Kaiserman, along with Cantor Emily Wygod Pincus. We're delighted to share Shabbat together. It's a complicated, complex, and sometimes frustrating world around us. And Shabbat is our time to draw on that healing breath and give us strength to see all that is up ahead, joined with strength from God, with healing prayers, and the power of our community. And so we join together on Shabbat. It's a good time to check your mobile device and make sure it's off so you can focus on just this moment and this time. As we use our prayer book tonight, as almost all of you know, but there's sometimes someone here who doesn't, we use the page numbers that are in the brackets, the second set of page numbers on each page. This Shabbat is always a special one, but it's an extra special one this week as Ella Lamb celebrates her bat mitzvah. And we're delighted to invite up Ella, her parents Dahlia and Jonathan, and her sister Olivia to help lead us in our Shabbat candles. Page 121. continue with the Kiddush on page 123. Please rise in body and in spirit.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri ha'afel. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, b'yahava u'v'ratzon v'nimkilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereishit, ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'ei kodesh, sefer nesiat
Take an opportunity to find someone around you and wish them a Shabbat Shalom.
Very nice. Very special.
Please be seated. We continue in the middle of page 124 as we read responsively by paragraph. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold
Be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. We continue with Lecha Dodi on page 138 as we welcome in the Sabbath. We'll be sharing in verses 1, 2, and 5, and then rising for verse 9.
Thank you.
call to worship, the Baruch Hu, on page 146.
Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Together on page 148. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim v'chokhma poteach sha'arim uvitvuna mishane itim umachalif et hazmanim umisader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem barakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or.
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uvein laila, Adonai tivot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamid yimnoch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, Hamari v'ravim.
Page 151. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Please be seated. We invite up to the bima our bat mitzvah Ella as we join in the Via Hafta on page 154. Via Hafta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha v'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ושוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמן. We read together on page 159. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Micha Mocha on the facing page.
אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל.
A song for Shabbat from the book of Exodus, Vishamru, page 162. Turn to the Tefillah, the center section of our worship, beginning on page 164 and then continuing on the even-numbered pages only. Please rise.
Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ve'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'Konei Hakol, Ve'Zocher Chasdei Avot Ve'Imahot, U'Meivi Geulah Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'Ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol, Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mashiv HaRuach, U'Morid HaGashem, Mechakel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Nofim Berofei Koholim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, U'Mido Melach, Melech Meimit U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah le'achayot hakol. Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kedoshim b'chol yom Yihallelu Selah. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Together, you are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. Please be seated. Together on the top of page 173. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch Atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. As we strive for peace here in our own country, in Ukraine and Russia, in Israel and the Middle East, and all throughout the world, we share in a prayer of peace. Shalom Rav, page 178.
Baruch atah Adonai, hamivarech et amo Yisrael, b'shalom.
We continue with our own private prayers. Turn now to our Torah service as we continue on page 364. We invite Mark Heller to join us on the bima. Please rise.
Baruch
Torah portion for this Shabbat is Va'era, as we continue along the Exodus story and the times of the plagues. The story that we share on Passover actually comes in January when we read it in the Torah. And to help read Torah this evening, get a little anticipation of her bat mitzvah tomorrow morning, we invite up Ella Lamb. If you'd like to follow along as Ella reads, she'll be reading from the book of Exodus, chapter 6, verse 2. It's on page 382 in your Torah commentaries, which are not your prayer books, but the large commentaries under the seat in front of you. And to offer up our Aliyah to the Torah, we invite up Judy Downer and Alan Gordon.
Baruch Hu Adonai Havarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Vayirabil Elohim el Moshe, Vayomer Elav Ani Adonai, Va'ilah el Avraham, el Yitzhak ve'el Yaakov ve'el Shaddai, Ushmi Adonai lo nodadi lahem, v'gam hakimoti et bliti, yitam latet lahem et eretz Canaan, et eretz Miglehem asher galeva.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tokeinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
We offer special prayers of healing, healing for those in our family, healing for people affected by terror and war, people in fear, people with hopes for tomorrow. We especially add prayers of healing to Emily Demari, Rami Gonin, and Doran Steinbrecher and their families, the hostages who were freed last Sunday, who are recovering in pain, the terror of being away and in captivity for 16 months, and now back home where they belong with their families. And soon we hope for all the hostages. And so we offer the words of freedom that are found in our Jewish text on page 198 in your prayer books. The third paragraph down, we read together in Hebrew and in English. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who frees the captive. Amen. As we look towards healing, we think of those in our own family and community. At RTFH, we're especially thinking of Debbie Ball, Larry Bloom, Jack Freeman, Stanley Friedman, Arnold Gilbert, Barbara Gilbert, Arlene Green, Jody Ann Herman, Laura Kowalski, Brenda Levinson, Don Levy, Scott Scheidlauer, Roberta Traeger, Rochelle Weinberg, Elaine Wall, Renee Weisbaum, Teddy Lazarus, Joel Pikus, David Haney, Ken Cohn, Nathaniel Rubin, Evelyn Grossberg, Carol Hofer, Edie Weiner, Deborah Byron, Migdalia Feliciano. If there's someone you're thinking of for healing in your life, we invite you to share their name out loud here in the sanctuary or in the chat on the live stream.
Pincus Ben Rubin and Shari Rosenberg.
Jason Orme. Jason Gill.
Michael Weiner.
as we hold for healing for our whole world. We join in a Misha Barak for healing in the middle of page 371. We lift and dress the Torah. Please rise. We invite Lynn Samuels and Bertie Traeger to join us on the Bima as we return the Torah to the Ark with words on page 374. This past Monday, our nation celebrated the observance of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. Dr. King was a powerful speaker for justice and freedom, directly confronting racism and inequality through nonviolence and his challenging rhetoric. He spoke from pulpit and podium, calling for change in America and in the world. While we have rightfully elevated him to a model of peace, in his own time, his words and calls for action were seen as political affronts to those in power and an ongoing system of racial inequality. Voices of moral justice are found throughout our history. Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel are just a few of those who were criticized in their own time, but remembered for the truth they spoke to shape a better world. We are in a complicated time. Many people in vulnerable communities, from immigrants to the LGBTQ community, to women, to people of color, to many more, fear what lies ahead in the coming years and even days. As I wrote in this week's e-blast, Rabbi Hillel's words in Pirkei Avot can guide us in these days ahead. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I? If not now, when? These are core values we must return to. When the world is overwhelming, we must make space for strength and comfort for ourselves. When someone is in pain, we must reach out and ensure that they know we are here for them. And when it is dark, we must not hide in the shadows, but always bring light to ourselves, each other, and the world. In this week's Torah portion, another voice for justice pleaded for freedom and received only disdain. Moses implored Pharaoh to free the Hebrew slaves and get them out of Egypt. History has deemed his call a model for righteousness for all people seeking liberty to emulate. Early this week, we heard another voice for moral leadership speak words calling for justice and compassion and finding criticism and controversy. Bishop Marianne Edgar Budde gave the sermon at Washington National Cathedral with President Trump and Vice President Vance in attendance. She spoke for the need for unity in our world, citing fundamental Christian teachings that are also reflected in our Jewish values. She said that the foundations for unity are threefold. The first is honoring the inherent dignity of every human being, or in Judaism, B'Tselem Elohim, that every person is created in the image of God and deserves individual respect and honor. The second call for unity is honesty, both private conversation and public discourse. Right in our 10 Commandments, we are told not to bear false witness or to lie. As the Talmud teaches, the Holy One hates those who say one thing in their mouth and another in their heart. And the third and last foundation for unity she cited is humility. She said, we are all fallible human beings. We make mistakes. We say and do things we later regret. We have our blind spots and our biases. And perhaps we are most dangerous to ourselves and others when we are persuaded without a doubt that we are absolutely right and someone else is absolutely wrong. Because then we are just a few steps from labeling ourselves as the good people versus the bad people. In Jewish tradition, Moses is called in the book of Numbers the most humble man on earth. Even as he rose to incredible power and success among the Israelites, Moses remained reflective of his role in the world as a servant of the divine, living among the people and not above them. It is natural that hearing words, no matter how thoughtfully written or gently spoken, can be seen as an attack. As with others who have spoken for justice and mercy, kindness and compassion, freedom and righteousness, history is often best judge of their mission and their voice. Bishop Budde was roundly criticized and vilified. Along with thousands of other clergy and everyday people, I wrote Bishop Budde a note of support and gratitude for her courage and for centering our vision on unity and core values. Bishop Budde ended her sermon with words directly to the president, but really to all of us. Words that were not Christian or even religious, but at the heart of everyone's mission for unity. Words that I imagine would be perfectly in line with Moses, Jesus, Gandhi, Dr. King, and other voices for justice, what they might have said in this time. A yearning for treating all people as inherently having value, that truth can be elusive, but is always our goal, and that humility is something all should hold on to. I share her final words as a hope and reminder of the justice we strive for in our world. She said, "In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals. They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches, mosques, synagogues, vihara, and temples. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches that we are to be merciful to the stranger, for we were all once strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and to walk humbly with each other and our God for the good of all people, the good of all the people in this nation, and the good of all the world. Amen. We bring strength to each other by sharing good things that are happening in our life, knowing that there are simchas, blessings all around us. If something good has happened to you or someone in your family in recent days or in the days up ahead, we invite you to raise your hand, tell us your name, and what good thing is going on in your life.
I took my last midterms today, so I'm done with testing for the semester.
My daughter Ella's having.
And my sister's getting bar mitzvah tomorrow.
Especially they, Ed and Keith and Tyrone surprised me with the tickets to see this at the against the Nets and to be for dinner for post Hanukkah and pre-birthday present. I was so amazed, and this one too.
Hi, I'm Jamie Kenyon, and my mom just finished her last radiation treatment.
My granddaughter Ella is having her bat mitzvah this weekend.
Been living in the city for 40 years and always have been curious about the playwright Richard Foreman, who passed away in December. And last night we finally saw a play of his, Symphony of Rats, at the Wooster Group. It was, don't understand it, but I enjoyed it.
Hi, I'm Gwen. Tomorrow I get to see my son perform in the winter concert with his All-City Marching Band. And on Monday he will be doing his first day on the campus of BMCC with his high school's early college program.
I was on holiday in Mexico, and I was able to see Stromata lights.
I'm Josh, and we have a babysitter tomorrow night. We're going out to dinner. Just, you know what?
I'm Aaron. I want to say Mazel Tov to Ella Lamb for her bat mitzvah tomorrow, and I'm excited to go on a rock trip next week.
Our school had its greatest enrollment ever for next month.
And by our school, that means the Montessori school that is here at RTFH and uses our classrooms.
I became the youngest person to publish a crossword for the LA Times.
January can be a cold and dark month, but for 1/12 of you, it's a month with light and joy in it because your birthday is in January. So we want to invite anybody whose birthday is in January, whatever number it might be, to come on up and join us on the Bima. Let's join together in Yom Huledet Sameach, singing happy birthday to all of our January birthdays. Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach, Yom Huledet Sameach. Happy birthday. And stay up here with us as we do the Aleinu and help me open the Ark as we turn to the middle of page 586. Please rise. Aleinu lishabeach ladon hakol, lateit gilula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo samanu think of people who brought light and joy to our lives, people who taught us about courage and justice and kindness. This week marks the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the passing of Siegfried Amerikaner, Leah Aronson, Ira Block, Florence Blumstein, Eric Bosch, Morris Cohen, Francis Cohn, Mina Cohn, Jean Cody, Murray Dardick, Pearl Dardick, Richard Loeb, Muriel Dubin, Bella Finkelstein, Jean Gent, Natalia Giller, Norman Goldsmith, Paul Gordon, Anna Grad, Claire Greenberger, Anna Greenfield, Renata Heller, Arnold Heroy, Jerome Justman, Ruth Carton, Lauren Kavanaugh, Clary Kowalski, Rabbi Nathan Landman, Max Liederman, Paul Lewis, Ann Lipton, Ruth Loserman, Lester Macklin, Daphne Mailer, Anna Muchnick, Arthur Rosenblatt, David Rubin, Herman Rubin, Alvin J. Samuel, Jack Schnabel, Betty Schulman, Leon Schwarz, Carrie Seiden, Ian Shaw, Jane Silver, Jesse Scarlin, Barney Frederick Solomon, Michael Sovern, Harry Steinberg, Paula Steinberg, Jim Talbot, Elena Veltri, Eleanor Veltri, Muriel Warren, Sharon Wood, David H. Zalewski, Kenny Zaitchik, Michael Zenikire. We note in sadness the passing of Charlie Sheriff, longtime Temple member, his husband of Sharon, father of Rachel and Asher, and son-in-law of Mickey Joseph. He'll be laid to rest this Sunday at 1:30 at Schwartz Brothers Funeral Home. And we recall in sadness the recent passings of Temple member Jerry K. Schindler, Mindy Schwartz Egan, cousin of Roberta Traeger, Greg Hofer, father of Sarah Maldonado, Gloria Ora Gelberg, cousin of Lois Silverman. If there are people you're particularly remembering and thinking of at this time, we invite you to share their name out loud here in the sanctuary or in the chat on the live stream. For all those we miss today and every day, we join together in the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598 in our prayer books. Please rise. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach rutei v'yamlik malchutei, b'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agalav zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivarak le'olam amei amaya, yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudisha baruchu. Le'ela min kol birkata v'shirata, tushbekata v'nekamata, damiran be'ama v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort every broken heart. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. Words of welcome to our congregation, our temple president, Seth Diamond.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi Cantor, for leading us in the service which brought warmth and comfort after a week when both were in short supply. Thank you also to Erez and Mark for the wonderful music that always enriches our services, and to Andy and Juan for all your support behind the scenes. Mazel tov to Ella and her parents Dahlia Schoenberg and Jonathan Lamb and her sister Olivia on the occasion of Olivia's bat mitzvah. I'm sorry? Ella's bat mitzvah. Sorry about that. Yes, sorry. We look forward to celebrating tomorrow. And thank you to Dahlia and Jonathan for sponsoring tonight's Onek. Next Friday will be our Shabbat Rishon, featuring the 5th grade. 2 Fridays? Oh, okay. It's all screwed up tonight. Sorry about that. On February 8th, we will come together to express gratitude for trees and fruits on Tu B'Shvat. We will have a special Seder on Saturday morning starting at 10:30, I believe. And there's still time to be part of our Torah project. Our scribe will be here in a few weeks and returning in March. And you can support our temple and help write our new Torah in the process. And it's not too early to mark your calendars for another March date. Our annual Mitzvah Day will take place on March 2nd. More details on how you and your family can participate in all the activities to support our community will be coming soon. Much more on all of these items and more, with the correct dates and everything, can be found in the e-blast and on our website. Finally, as we celebrate our Torah project and our 30th year, I found the story of the Pasadena Jewish Temple and Center's Nedar Torah inspirational. The Pasadena Jewish Temple was destroyed on January 7th in the LA fires. But thanks to the quick work of 4 temple members and staff, the Torah was one of the few material items from the temple that was saved. But what is even more remarkable is the backstory of this Torah. Samuel Nedar, then living in the Iranian city of Khurramshahr, commissioned the Torah in 1934 to mark the death of his first wife. The Torah was housed in a synagogue in the city. Khurramshahr was the subject of fierce fighting in the 1980s between Iran and Iraq. Iraq ultimately captured the city, but the temple that housed the Torah was badly damaged. Iran recaptured the town in 1982. Reading about all this from afar and fearing the Iranian Revolutionary Guard would destroy what was left of the temple and its contents, Samuel Nedar, a devout Jew then living in Pasadena, sent a 10-page letter to Ayatollah Khomeini, the leader of the Iranian Islamic Revolution. In the letter, written as a request from one holy person to another, Nedar wrote that the Torah had been part of his family for so many years. He asked for it to be saved. Initially, he heard nothing, but 6 months later, the FBI notified Nedar that a crate had been delivered to the port in St. Pedro. The crate was from the Islamic Republic Iran and addressed to Nedar. He retrieved the crate, which bore no evidence of who sent it, and after making his way home, he opened it and found the Torah carefully wrapped inside. A Torah that survived war, ruled by a horrible dictator, transported across continents, and now a devastating fire. Stands as a powerful symbol of resilience of the Jewish people, the enduring sanctity of our traditions, and the unshakable connection between Torah and community. As we embark on our own Torah writing journey, let this story inspire us to appreciate the legacy we are creating together, a legacy of faith, perseverance, and hope. Shabbat Shalom.
With a special presentation to Ella, we invite her back up onto the bima, along with Liv Kingsley, the Membership and Engagement Vice President of our youth group, Tafi.
Hi Ella, and Mazel Tov on becoming a bat mitzvah. We are so excited to have you at Tafi next year. And as a little present, we brought you some toffee because we like puns. Thank you. No, you're welcome.
As we prepare for Oneg tonight, at the conclusion of services, we ask you to return your prayer books to the table in the lobby, then turn right and head into the ballroom, and use tonight to meet someone new, someone you hadn't known before tonight. Find out who they are and make a connection to them. And as we offer the motzi this evening, we invite up anyone who is not quite yet bar or bat mitzvah age. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'ah.
Te'avon, bon appetit. And we conclude with Adon Olam, which is on page 625. Adon Olam, Asher Ma'alav. Wait, okay, stop, time. I'm gonna start that one again. Go ahead.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.